Hey, how's it going?
Hey, good. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. You are my last coaching session of the day. I had like a marathon, a bunch of coaching sessions in a row. So happy to, I don't know, I got a lot of coaching done today. It was fun and excited to get through your session and do it and then rest after this. But
I
yeah.
I had a feeling you were probably busy today.
Yeah, it's been like, I don't know, since I started like doing more coaching stuff and like, I don't know, just trying to do it more and like, I don't know, talk about it a little bit more. I don't know. It's been a little crazy, especially because like this is something I don't know. It's like my content and stuff is something I do on the side. Like I have a real job, but like I would also like, I mean, part of the reason I'm like leaning more into it is I would like, it would be really cool if I could make this my job. So I'm like, just kind of to see how much I can actually like do with it. So,
I actually watched your whole little video
oh, awesome.
the
Yeah.
other night where you talked all about that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was just me like
The New
vomiting all my
Year's one
thoughts
or
out about
whatever it was.
everything. Yeah. But I mean, we'll see. So far it's gone pretty well. So we'll
But to
see.
be fair, that's one of the reasons why I chose to like support you and stuff is because like I liked your like the way you generally presented yourself on YouTube and stuff. I mean,
Hmm.
so
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
and then yeah, so I played games last night
Hmm.
and I recorded some of them and I
Okay.
don't know exactly where you want to start or what you want to do or
Yeah, usually because this is our first session, usually I just start with, what's your experience with TFT been like? How long have you been playing? What set you started if you have a link to like lol chess or tactics.tools or something that's helpful.
I
And then yeah, just kind of if you don't, no worries. But then, just kind of talk through how long you've been playing TFT, generally what rank you've been and that kind of stuff and yeah, all that.
All right, there's the little chess. I think I started playing. What was that? That is an all Chinese characters. I don't understand why that happened.
Oh, I think it's because
Um,
it just does that. I think I don't know, maybe it's
okay.
a yeah, it's just like wherever the website was created. But yeah, it just does that when you post it in Discord. But yeah, it looks fine on my end.
I think I started playing like set one, but
Hmm.
we never took it seriously. Like we used to do like stupid stuff where like you'd play this game where like it would tell you what you had to go before you even did it. Like I forget what the
Oh,
name of
okay. Uh-huh.
I forget what the name of the game was, but you actually had to like roll dice and it would tell you like I don't know. It's a stupid game to play in between games. We played
Uh-huh.
WoW and stuff like that a lot.
Right.
I recently, up until now, I wanted to start taking it seriously, like a little while ago. Like not seriously, but like wanted to get better.
Hmm.
If that makes sense,
Yeah.
something to do
Hmm.
as
Absolutely.
a hobby.
Absolutely.
But yeah, never really played for the objective to advance. I just played it as like a time sink or something to kill time or goof around on,
Hmm.
and that's about it.
Yeah. And so now like this set, you're definitely like taking it a bit more seriously. Yeah, I see. Yeah. So I guess this is the highest rank you've been, Emerald, because you've been plat a few times in the past, but this is like your peak rank, and you definitely have. I mean, I don't know what your previous sets are, but yeah, you definitely have more games played this set than yeah, like a few sets. Looks like you skipped for a few sets, played a decent bit of like 8 and stuff, but yeah, you skipped 9, 9.5, 10, 11, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I up until recently, I always just played on my iPad. So I mean, it was just something to do. Like I was never really, even up until recently, I was never really taking it seriously. It was just something to do. Like when I was sitting around at night, I'd play
Right.
on my iPad, etc. Uh, but now, like doing that, I was like, all right, I want to get better at it now.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that's so many TFT players have that exact story where it's like, yeah, I played TFT. I mean, I think almost everybody, like even me, like like I played League a lot before, and then like eventually I got tired of League and the toxicity in League and moved over to TFT and so yeah, like I played it a little bit casually and then like really started getting into it. And I mean, I think it's interesting because it is like that kind of like you can play it on your iPad and just like do whatever, but it's also like especially when I'm doing like VOD reviews and doing coaching and stuff like that. Like it's a really deep game. There is a lot going into like every round in TFT. I don't know. I like it way more than, people can compare it to like card games and stuff like that. But like, like I don't know. I played Hearthstone back in the day. I don't know if you ever played that, but
Yep,
like
yep.
I don't know.
When it first
Hearthstone.
came out, it was
Mhm.
fun.
Yeah, it was exactly, exactly. There are a few like the first like few expansions were like pretty good, and then they just started getting into like just every expansion was worse and worse. But like I don't know, Hearthstone just the level of decision making is so low. It's just like okay, I'm gonna play the card that has the mana value of whatever turn it is, and just curve out and like play my board and like use my hero power and stuff, and it's just like I guess there's more with like deck building and stuff, but it just feels less like a deep game than TFT does, where there's just so much stuff you can do every single round, every single game.
I didn't realize how deep it was until you try to explain it to people. Like you're like, oh, what are
Uh-huh.
you playing? And I'm like, oh, it's just a silly little game. And then it's like the economy, the rounds, each
Hmm.
unit, the ability. I was like, okay, yeah, never mind.
Yep.
I don't even try.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Sometimes people ask me, like, "Oh, what's the game you play?" And I'm like, it's like it's kind of like League of Legends, but like not really. But then you have to know what League of Legends is to
That's
know that. But like, yeah,
it's an
it's
auto battler. Like I played the Dota when it first came out. Like the
uh-huh.
Dota auto battler when it first came out, and that's was really cool. And
Yeah.
that's in TFT came out, and I played that
Yeah,
for a little bit.
I never played Dota Auto Chess because Dota's just so ugly to me. I don't know. I don't
I
know if you're a
never
Dota
liked
enjoyer,
Dota,
but
but nope. I like the auto chess stuff. I was like, oh,
yeah,
this is cool.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's just it's TFT is fun, and it's also like I don't care that much about aesthetics, but Dota is just so like dreary, and like every color is so dark and stuff, and TFT's got nice, fun, bright colors and stuff. So it looks pretty, and it's I mean I think it's I never really played Dota Auto Chess, but TFT surely it's a better game. I mean I'm sure. Um,
As
okay,
soon as it came out, I switched over. So if that says
yeah.
anything.
Exactly, exactly. Awesome. Well, yeah, you said you had some games recorded, so um, either yeah, if you just have them on like your PC or something, you can screen share to
Yeah.
me. If you have them uploaded, you can send me a link, but I know that takes a lot of time and stuff, so all good either way.
I think this work. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
So I played yesterday like a lot of games. So like some of them I recorded and some of them I accidentally forgot. I don't know which ones you'd want to get into. Like some of them are reroll games. Some of them are games where I thought I was going to do really well, and then like I'm like, damn, like I probably would rather focus on those ones to be honest, because I feel
Yes.
like
Yeah.
so like this six, like I'm almost positive I thought I was going to do really well in this game.
Oh, and I think are you hovering over something? Because I can just see your Discord right now. I can't see anything else.
Oh,
I think you're screen
yeah.
sharing Discord instead of like your screen or whatever thing you want to be doing.
Okay. Okay. So let's try this again. Share your screen. Outplayed. We'll do the outplayed because that's what you
There
want
we
to
go.
see
Yeah. Yep.
anyway. Okay.
Perfect.
So like this game right here, I feel like I was going to do really well,
Hmm.
and I did not do really well.
I think that's a perfect game to review is games where you're like, I don't know what went wrong. I thought the game was going to be good, and then it did not go. So yeah, I think that's
Okay.
perfect.
All right. So I'm pretty sure that's what this is. And then I also tried to like type stuff in chat as I
Okay.
went along as far as like
Awesome.
what I was thinking. I didn't send it, but like I
Yeah. Yeah.
typed it. And then yeah, I tried to have some forethought. And
Yeah.
then I don't
That's
know if you want
perfect.
me to speed this up or not
Yeah, I
or what.
generally like it 2x speed, and then we can just kind of like pause before like big decisions. It's like yeah, the little settings thing there. Yep. So yeah, because like we don't need to
No,
watch
I
every
agree.
fight get played through and stuff like that. But big decisions, I think it's good to look at. Okay, so I mean, so far we kind of have like a couple of different pieces of openers. I would say, okay, I love Sunfire. You're probably gonna make Sunfire. I would wait until after all the minion rounds because like it's just free information, right? Like, what if you get items here? Like for example, like we can pause here. Yeah, let's just pause. We can pause like looking at augments at the start, but like for example here, you make Sunfire here. What if you end up with like an amazing spot to play like Dominators from this spot? Instead of Sunfire, you go like Steadfast Heart, like Gnasher's Tooth, and then like maybe you get some, I don't know what you would get in here, like maybe it's Prismatic and you get like Dominator +1 or something, and you want to just play a Dominators game or something. So it's just like a lot of it in a lot of things you can do in TFT. It's just like getting information for free, and it's such an information game. You want to make the most informed decision at any time, and so in a spot like this, just wait to slam the Sunfire, and then like just wait until you see all your items and your augment, and then slam your Sunfire, and it's no diff except you've gotten free information out of it. So
Oh, I agree because that comes back to bite me, I believe.
okay.
So
So yeah, okay, and you see slamming, which you're interested in, maybe. And
I
I mean,
think,
yeah. Now you can't. I mean, yeah, you can't really take
and
Pyromaniac
I'm
because
I'm gonna take it. So
oh no, don't take Pyromaniac with Sunfire made already. Like you,
yep,
I mean,
see?
like it does like yes, it says your burns deal increased damage. Like yes, that is true, but it's just like basically most of the value of Pyromaniac is giving you a red buff. And most of the value of having a red buff is that it gives you heal cut when you don't have heal cut. So yeah, most augments like this, like the Onyx Spark one, I'm not like taking that with the Spark made already usually. Like most of the value in these augments that give you items is just giving you the item. So yeah, it's also like we made the Sunfighter on Darius because we had him earlier, but we could have made it on Swain, who would be like a better holder for it, you know. So like that's another thing that like when you make stuff really quick, makes stuff awkward. And now like I don't know, your spot's a
Right
little.
here, my
Mhm.
right here in my head, I'm deliberately like, I can't tell if I want to play Nami over Morgana.
I think if I played over anything here, I'd actually play it over the Draven. Because you don't actually need 3 Conkin. Like 3 Conquer doesn't do anything until you get to 4. And like Morgana 2 is pretty good. So I'm down to just play Nami over Draven here. It also gets Sorcerer in, which is nice on this board. So you can just play that for now, is what I would look at
Like I
here.
I wanted to, and I just couldn't think of like where to put it. Like I keep making a point to like,
Hover
look, I
over
don't
it,
know
yeah,
what
and
to
be
do.
like,
Yeah, I don't know what to do with it.
yeah, I think in spots like this, like I think are kind of locked in on the idea
See,
that like, yeah, exactly. But I think definitely the correct call here is to just put it in over the Draven here
Draven.
because yeah, like is a common thing in TFT where people will be like, well, I'm 1 off of
I
4
get locked
Conquer.
in.
Yeah, so like I'm gonna play Conquer on my board because I want to play like 4 Conquer, but you don't have 4 Conquer yet. You only have like 3. 3 doesn't do anything. So just play your 2 Conquer with the units you have in now, get Nami over Draven. Then you still get to keep in the Morgana 2, which is like a really nice item holder for now, especially with the red buff. And then like, you can be happy with that setup. So that's the way I would do it here. Okay. Carousel here.
I keep.
Please don't go another red buff. Oh god. I mean,
I don't do the red
okay,
buff,
okay,
but
okay. I'm like, that's
I'm not happy with my like
with what you have to
the
take
things.
there.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. I mean, I agree.
I at
It's
least got the conquer, so I was like, at least that.
hmm
So at least I got 4. That's what I was thinking.
yeah. Four
Because none of
conquer.
the items were very good.
Yep, four conquer is
Um,
huge here.
I know there were a couple games this night where I could not get heel cut at some point. Like the whole game, I'm trying to get heel cut and couldn't get it, and that may be me being a little tilted why I have both of these.
hmm
I don't know if it had happened yet, but at some point, I know that that happened to me last night several times. Like I couldn't get it.
Yeah. So like, you don't have heal cut one game, so you feel it twice in the next game to make up for it.
You know how it is.
I mean, your spot's still pretty decent. Getting 4 Conkin is good. Really tragic that we lost our lost streak there. Can we actually go back and look at Carousel? Because
Absolutely.
we have glove plus bow open here. Like you're on a win streak with Conquer. You'd really like to slam something, and you take another bow here, which there's really not that much to slam out of. I mean, I remember your carousel being a
Imagine
little bit awkward. But
Last
let's see
Whisperer.
a little bit further back. I mean, the problem with LW, like Last Whisper, is that like I mean, your carousel is pretty awkward here. With like the red buff made already. This is also kind of
Guardbreaker.
yeah. I mean, like Guardbreaker is your either Guardbreaker or Thief's Glove are like your 2 best slams here. I don't mind Guardbreaker here. Yeah, but it's just like you want to make something here because like you want to win. You want to win fights really, really badly. You know.
And that's why I was thinking the 4 Conqueror is the best. Like I don't know. I guess that was the best I thought I could do at the moment. But
Yeah, it's just like I mean, yeah, like you get the rel, which is nice. But my problem is like our items are bow glove here. We already have a red buff made. Like, how are we ever gonna get rid of both of these bows? You know, like there's just so many like I don't know, we can make last whisper. It's just like so much attack speed, you know, like it's gonna be really, really hard to get through all this attack speed. Also, I still don't really know why we're putting this Morgana like 3rd row up here. Like so that she'll kind of like tank. Like we honestly want the Draven to tank for her so that she lives longer. Because she's, the majority of our board's damage. So yeah, I would keep her actually just back 4th row, like even just in the corner and then Draven next to her.
position.
Mm-hmm. All right. So,
Take
oh,
note.
that was a Kog'Maw 2 that guy had. Okay, that's interesting. But okay. So this is our spot here. Accident meant to roll. Oh well.
And I leveled up. Like so, this
Yeah.
is like this is the second game I was playing on PC.
Uh-huh. Okay, you're not used to it.
So I have made some mistakes,
Okay.
like mechanically.
Yeah. Fair enough. I would say I don't really even like rolling here. Like you're about to go into minion rounds, like you can push level 6 pretty soon. I would rather just like play for my level 6. Like if you want to roll at all, you could roll on 6. But like I mean in your spot I'm honestly thinking more of like doing a fast 8 type like playing to like Twitch or something. Like I don't really like rolling that much here in general just because like there's not that much to roll for. You know, when you're rolling you have to ask like what are we rolling for here, and like I mean now we have Darius pair, so that's almost something to roll for, but it's also like we're
I
getting
was
close
thinking
to,
Draven.
yeah, but like you know, Draven's not really holding your like Morgana's holding your item. Like if you hit a Draven too, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. Like Morgana's the one doing all the damage here.
I feel
What?
like that's what I struggle with the absolute most is knowing like what to do. Like I feel like my early game's pretty decent and stuff. It's the late game.
Mm-hmm.
Like converting, like what to do in the late game, making
Oh
my
God,
best board
get
in the late
another
game,
bow.
et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, my items are just like
It's just well,
terrible.
you kind of did this to yourself a bit though.
I
Like,
agree.
so yeah. Ooh, Vladimir is a really nice level on this board. So yeah,
If I
you
didn't
kind
have that sunfire, like
yeah, exactly. Which you know you could have maybe changed stuff up. Blue buff, red buff. Okay, let's go back. I mean, your items are pretty awkward. But yeah, let's just go pause and look at items and also just like board stuff here. Like what board you should play. Because yeah, a few things. So you typed in the chat like when should I be level 6? Or like what level should I be at 3-1 or 3-2?
that
So
is
yeah.
it.
So basically, like your average level 6 is usually 3-2, and if you want to play aggressive, it can be 3-1. I also have a I'll talk about it later, but like yeah, like you want to in your spot, you actually want to play pretty aggressively. Like you want to so leveling to 3-1 here, I think is quite reasonable. You do end up selling Morgana 2 to end up getting in like Nami 1 instead, which I actually think I like the Morg better just because like you once again, this is kind of a situation where we're fitting in the Nami and now we're 3 Sork. Like instead we could have had 2 Visionary in with the Morgana. Okay, and then the last piece of this is items, which is pretty awkward here. You end up going blue buff last whisper. I mean, I guess my thought here, if we go blue buff last whispers, we could play around like Heimerdinger, who can hold the blue buff very nicely, and then the last whisper, the AD type stuff, and go on Ezreal later. That would be the dream team here, I guess. I don't mind that so much, but it's still double bow open, which is like very awkward. But okay, I mean, I think with that plan in mind, like that's the plan I would have in mind in this spot because I think like blue buff is like the best carry for blue buff on level 8 is Heimerdinger, and then you can also play Ezreal on that board and use all the AD items. So it actually works out. It might work out decently, but we'll
I'm
see.
thinking just spread the red buff with Nami. Like it bounces.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
yeah, no, she's a pretty good holder of it in the blue buff cast faster. I don't know why you do this thing where you third row your carry. Just put him back on the fourth row. Like she's getting hit by a Nocturne. Like she almost died there. Like it's really kind of
I don't know,
scary.
and it's just Morgana and it's just Nami for some reason. I don't know
Interesting.
why. I
I
don't know
don't.
why it's those two.
Yeah,
I like to put them in the middle.
yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I gotta stop.
well, okay, let's pause. Because
Okay.
a couple of things. I mean, if you like putting them in the middle, there are actually units that do very well in the middle. Like Vex is a unit where if you put her in the middle, what she does is she casts on a target and then she does the circle around that target. And so if you put her in the middle, she's more likely to AOE like 3 units instead of 2 units. So like Vex is somebody who actually you do often want in the middle. Ezreal is another unit that you do want in the middle because you know he does a kind of similar thing with AOE. Like those AOE type units you actually do like in the middle, but
I
Morgana
probably
and
put her on
Nami,
the
neither
side.
of those are AoE units. They just target like specific units. So yeah, I don't know. I don't get it.
Don't do that. Now
Yeah.
looking back on it, I wish I would have took rapid fire cannon because like if I'm trying to go dominate or conquer and like get Mordekaiser, like wouldn't that be one of the ideal items for him?
It's a fantastic item on Mordekaiser. My hesitation is that I never really like playing for a 5 cost unless you're really rich because like we can't guarantee that we're gonna get to a 5 cost, you know? We
And then
might.
I was thinking having fun with Darius putting Spectral Cutlass
Oh
and making him
geez.
dive to back. I was thinking about it. I
I
really
mean, what were
was.
like? Can we go back to augment selection? Because I think we had other options that, like, honestly, like I think we had some
We're
decent other.
better.
Yeah,
I,
I mean, item collector is pretty bad here because we're gonna have to make a couple. Like, I don't love scavenger that much. I feel like what we roll into like we rolled into just a couple of econ augments, raining gold and epoch plus. Like I actually would have leaned into either of those because we're not that rich in this spot here. We're like decently wealthy, I guess, but like this can just push us to a really fast level 8. Whereas this Ord item, I mean, like a decent amount of the time, it's like kind of awkward, I think, to take an Ord item at like right here at 3, thinking for Mord later. Yeah, I mean if you're thinking on Mord, then yeah, I mean RFC is better.
I mean,
But maybe with Special Darius. Yeah, no, that's too much. Yeah, that's overcooking. You're burning down the kitchen there. That's too
I
much.
did do it, but I was thinking, I was like,
Yeah.
but then I'd have to 3-star him, and like that's a lot.
Yeah, no, it is. I don't think it's very good. But yeah, like
Should I? Yeah. See.
um oh, I'm okay holding this Garen. I mean, you can honestly just play him over Vladimir for this round. I think this level's a bit early. You only make 20 gold here, and I mean, the big fear here is if you lose this fight after leveling, you are going to be quite
I'm
broke here, and your board is not that good that I'm that. I mean, this is a really close
pretty
fight.
sure
You
I do
might.
it.
Oh, it's so
Oh,
close.
I
Okay, you
do
do
it.
win. You just barely win, but
I'm so close.
that's pretty sketchy. It's also wait, you cannot play Garen on this board because you're 2 out of 1
Yeah, I
emissary
got
now.
Nami. Not
Yeah.
even didn't even realize that. So
So yeah, like we can just hold Garen on our bench for now, and then yeah, we can
Carrot
just chill.
Fell is going to be bad. I know this is. I'm going to get something I don't want to get.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of garbage
I
here.
think I'm thinking. What do you call it? Titans. I think I'm thinking Titans or something. I
Oh
want to
my
be pro.
god. You
See,
actually
and I
just
do get it, and
that is
I'm
not very
like,
likely to happen, I
oh,
will
I'm
say.
so happy, right? I'm like,
Uh-huh.
oh, this is great, and it does not go well for me.
Yeah, Titan's Mort is like okay. I don't think it's even that great on him. I mean, he's pretty tanky for now. I'd really rather go for like a Nashor's. Like
He
Nashor's
gets
is really
really
good on
weird.
him. This is actually a pretty
I
unfortunate fight because he gets targeted immediately by Ez.
I do end up getting like decent items on him. Like I'm
Okay.
pretty excited. Like things go. I like I said. I think I'm like okay. I got good health. I got the carry I want. I'm gonna be able to augment them. Like I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, it's just like yeah. I mean, Nashor's is like okay on him. Here, I'll do a Mordekaiser items check and see what the stats say about or not a Nashor's a Wits End on him. It says it's very nice on him. But yeah, I just don't love
The
Titans on him
heal.
that much. Like I just think Titans doesn't do like see we even get this far into the fight and he still doesn't have it like fully stacked. I would just rather hold this for like better attack speed items. Like Nashor's Tooth is really good on him. Chain Vest could be even like an Edge of Night to keep him alive longer because that's going to be your biggest worry
I
with
end up getting that.
Okay, all right, well.
It's crazy. Like and it just like but the CC. I just end up getting like endlessly CC'd, and I could never get what do you call it on them?
The
The
what?
helm thing. The thing to make them not get CC'd. So
Oh,
there's my wits
Quicksilver.
in, and I'm like, all right, these are pretty decent items.
Mm-hmm.
I got wits end. I got rid of the Garen because I probably realized my emissary is gone. I moved
Mm-hmm.
the Nami. I'm feeling pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think your board's decent. The only kind of scary thing, I mean, your board's quite good. The only kind of scary thing is we rolled it down like pretty deep on 7 here. So like we're actually like we're quite broke. This is where like having like a Epoch or Raining Gold would be nice here. Is like because like yeah, you're pretty broke. I mean, teaming up actually helps a little bit of our brokenness here. It could also like roll into like a Banshee's Veil. I'm down for teaming up here. Mana flow is pretty decent as well. I like teaming up just because it helps with our gold issue. Oh, what is this? Wait, why are we taking this for the duplicators? To go for Swain 3? Swain 3
What's
star?
funny is I hit it.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. Like, sure. Like, you can go for Swain 3 here, but like your entire gold augment now is going to go towards a Swain 3 that, I mean, I guess eventually his items are going to be like blue buff, red buff, but you don't really have amazing items for Swain 3 here. Like I'd rather just take like the what I was talking about, the teaming up here. You get a support item that's going to make your board stronger, and then you can like level. I mean, what you really want to find soon is an Embessa. Like you want to find an Embessa like ASAP here. You can also reforge the Sunfire now with this reforger, so that you can
I wish I would have thought of that.
where you can get you can get like a real item here over that. But yeah, what you really want to do is get Embessa in soon because you're sitting on 5 conk here and you're winning these fights. Like this Mord is actually doing a lot of work here. But like yeah, you really want to get Embessa, move on Mord or leave the. I mean, the Titans is like, I mean, since you've made it, you kind of have to leave the Titans on him. Like, I don't think it's going to be better on I don't think it's gonna be good on anyone else really. And he's tanky enough here, like healing up and stuff like that. So I don't think it's that bad. We have
Sorry, I almost got Swain 3. I'm like, okay, I only need one Swain. I was like, I'll get him real quick.
Okay, we definitely should not do the thing there that you do where you level a little bit and then roll a little bit. Like
That was dumb.
either level or roll. I mean, honestly, here I think you could level and then roll, and like you only need to find one Swain. It's going to be pretty easy to find him on 8. And then yeah, you need to you really want to find that Mbessa as soon as possible. Also, but yeah, like here's the thing: is like we found the Swain 3, but our gold augment was to find a Swain 3. And like my big issue with the Swain 3 right now is he has no yeah, you lose to this guy, which is so tragic actually.
I was like shocked I lost.
Yeah, I mean we could go back and look at his board. He just has an Ezreal that's doing a bunch of damage, a bunch of Automata in. What was his board? Let's see.
I think it's Academy.
Oh yeah, he's like Academy, but he also has 1, 2, 3, 4 Automata in as well. I mean, Ezreal is kind of a broken unit a bit, and it's like your board is not that tanky, you know? Like our main tank is a Swain 3 with an Archangels on him, you know? Like we don't really have any tank items built. Sunfire is like half of a tank item, kind of. So yeah, we just have no tank items in this spot here, so our board just can get blown up really, really quickly here.
I think I even say I have no idea what augment to take.
Yeah, yeah, Mordekaiser is definitely a weird one. I mean, if it's an MR heavy lobby, you could even take this. Like you should scout. Yeah, okay, I love the scout. Okay, like AD, AP 1, 2. I have a lot of AP. I'm actually fine taking this. The only
because I was thinking he needs to stay alive.
That's what I was. No, he does. Like the problem with your spot though is like we're level 8. We still haven't hit Mbessa, so we're not stacking Conquer that high. And like, I mean, anomalying Mord allows you to play like really high cap, like try to win the game cap. But the downside is that you really need to get to 9 and actually get a Mordekaiser 2, or else our anomaly is going to be like lower power than if we just had it on like a 2-star 4 cost or something like that. But you know, you win this fight, you're still getting our stacks. We still have no Mbessa, which is a bit crazy here, but I mean, it's maybe all right. But yeah, you definitely pick up Mbessa soon. We want to.
Are you feeling we're gonna go bottom 4 from this spot?
No, I don't think you should go bot 4 from this spot. Like your spot does look pretty good.
Yeah, we do. We're going, and I'm like, wow.
Okay. We should, okay, there's the Mbessa. We should also hold some of those other options, like hold on to stuff like Elise, even hold on to stuff like Rumble. Like these are all units that could potentially get onto the board. Declaw gets made here. Oh, and we move Sunfire over here. Yeah, I would just like to reforge it here. Move red buff, blue buff there. I don't mind it that much. Yeah, seems solid. And okay, this is our board at this point. I mean, not so bad. We get stomped by this guy a bit. I mean, I do think... Yeah, I do think, I mean, 60 HP. Like, I would hold some more of these units, like Rumble and Elise here, just to, like, give yourself the option of, like, you know, if you hit an Elise too, because that's the biggest thing you're lacking right now is, like, more frontline. Like, your frontline is a little not great here. Okay, also, this positioning does not look...
I'm panicking.
I don't recommend this positioning, I will say.
I'm like, I don't know what to do.
I mean, but I think you're over panicking here. You lost a fight to a pretty strong board. Like, your board's not the strongest board of all time, but it's not that bad. But like, I think doing weird stuff like this and like full clump your board, so like TF can get a bunch of AoE and like Vi can get a bunch of AoE. Like, I mean, it's easy to say, well, just don't panic. But I do think like that is like definitely like here even like you level here and you go 9, but like you want enough gold on 9 to hit Mordekaiser too. What you should do is just sack for one more round because you're 47 HP. It's not like you're gonna die from this here, but like you're really afraid that your board's so weak, so you're rolling it down to 0. But like what's gonna happen when you roll it down to 0 like this is it's gonna be way harder for you to now find Mordekaiser 2 because now you have 0 gold left. Like, you should just chill. Like, look, you win this, you one unit lost this fight. Like, it's really not a big deal. Either way, like, you don't take a bunch of damage here. What would be great for you to do is just chill for one round, level next round. I mean, also we have...
I get him.
Oh my God. I mean, that's so good for us.
And then I think I hit this round too. I think he's in my shop.
Really?
I'm positive. Like, watch. I think I hit right. It's either this round or next round. It doesn't take me long to hit him.
Yeah.
I'm like, my positioning's stupid. Stop being dumb.
I mean, Mord, yeah, I think generally this is okay.
Maybe it's next round I hit.
Okay.
but it's not too much longer. Like I'm pretty shocked. This guy kicks my ass. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's
Yeah,
board looks pretty strong. So
and
yeah.
I'm like everything just keeps CCing me. I was like, oh CC. I keep fighting the guys. CC,
Mm-hmm. Down on 19 HP.
and then I'm pretty sure I hit like right around now maybe.
But yeah, I mean, I would say like rolling down too early also puts us into a weird spot here where like, okay, oh, we can talk about positioning after this game. Oh, you found a Jace. I mean, I would just sell the Mundo here to roll. Like Mundo 2 doesn't matter that much, but hitting either Jace 2 or Word 2 is like huge. Yeah, you start timing it there like too fast of a 9. Like I think you realized
Yeah,
it. Like you went 9 without the actual resource to hit Word 2. Because like if you have Word 2 in this fight, you might even win it. Like you could blow through this front line and like actually potentially get to the Kog'Maw. But like with Word 1, like the game is actually so much harder. We have Mundo 2 here. We get the 2-star Mals out of the thingy, which I actually, yeah, I think it's fine to roll past. And I even think
and there's the Mord, and
yeah,
I got the
and yeah, we found actually everything here.
Investa.
Yep. So make there. I mean, okay, you especially because that's minion round, we should at least hold that mouse for a round. Like you can play mouse on this board.
See, I
For
get too
sure.
locked in. I agree, like totally, like too locked in with like a certain like what I want to do instead of playing necessarily the best board. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, no,
but
it's
I'm feeling good about his items from like Knight's Edge. All right, like
yep.
you should
Yeah.
do work.
I mean,
Yeah,
okay, I mean here is the issue. Okay, I mean this is an unfortunate fight. But like a few issues. We can go back and look at this fight. I mean, one, like we're starting Mort on the back line, which like you're starting him this far back because you're like afraid that he's gonna die, which like I get it, I understand, but like for him to start doing stuff, he needs to get that first cast off. And he's not gonna get like one tapped and die here immediately. He has Edge of Night. The other problem here is that the Vi gets onto him and like perma CCs him, which is, I mean, quite
yeah.
unfortunate. But like I think if you just frontline Mordekaiser this fight and get his cast off immediately, like their board is 1 HP. Everyone is so low. Like you actually would win this fight. And yeah, your board ends up being really strong. I think you kind of shot yourself in the foot this game because you got afraid and so you started doing this kind of like weird positioning stuff. I do also think like, yeah, it was too fast of a level 9, which you also kind of like, yeah, I
I
think,
knew it.
mhm.
I
Yeah,
was
but
just saying, like I realized it at the end there. I was like, damn.
yeah, I think the biggest, the kind of like fundamental of this issue game is almost like just you panicking in spots where you saying like, okay, I'm like you just need to give yourself like you need a little bit more confidence in your spot, which I mean just comes with playing and getting better and stuff like that. But realizing like, okay, my board's like not amazing, but it's good enough here. So I'm just gonna chill on this board for a few rounds. Like that Mordekaiser, that round where you leveled before carousel, where you could have just chilled for one more round, leveled after carousel, had way more gold to roll, and then maybe you'd found Mordekaiser like a round earlier. Which if you find Mord around earlier, you win an extra fight. You can easily top 4 this game, maybe top 3, top 2 this game because this is a really close lobby actually. And then the other stuff was just kind of like rolling at weird timings, like rolling a lot on 7 when I mean I still like I don't know. I'm not that big of a fan of the Swade 3 unit. Like I still like I would rather have just taken just a generically strong like augment for our team at stage 4, not played for Swain 3, just put our tank items onto I mean even just Swain 2 would be okay. And then played instead of then having to roll on 7, then we could have pushed levels faster, found Mordekaiser faster, and then played for that stuff because the Swain 3, he didn't really do that much. So yeah, it was an interesting game though. That was definitely a fun one to watch. But I mean, I see how you bought 4, but I also think like a few like your board definitely should top 4 and like a few things different, either the econ stuff or the positioning stuff. Like you can easily top 3, top 2 this game, maybe even first place this game. I don't know what the first
That's why
place
I thought it
board
was
looks
a
like.
good example
Yeah.
game. It was. I knew it was like not like I did stuff bad,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think it's a perfect game to review.
and
Okay.
then I played like a regular game. It's funny too. I think the fact that I'm playing ranked sometimes really will influence how I play.
Okay.
Because like if I play like a regular game, like I'm just it's so much more like nonchalant. Like and then
Mm-hmm.
it almost feels like I play much better.
Yeah. I think that makes sense. I mean, it goes into kind of like the idea of this game where you were like very, very like nervous and it like and worried about your spot. So it like caused you to do stuff that otherwise like you probably wouldn't have done and you would have been in a better spot.
It's just funny. Like I'll string together quite a few good games, and then I'll just have like an abysmal game. It'll be like, like I'll have a fifth or like a sixth, but then, a third, a second, a first, a fourth, a second, and then eighth. And
Hmm.
it's just like it takes away everything. It's like you can't progress if you do
Yeah.
that. So,
I
like
mean,
really
that's
limit like the really bad mess ups like this one, like that was a terrible game.
yeah. I mean, I think in your case, I mean, like the more you top four, and just like yeah, just the more you top four, the better your like MMR will get. Maybe you're at a point where your MMR is not that good, so like eighths really really punish you. I could yeah, like maybe, and if that's the case, then yeah, you just need to continue playing solid TFT, top fouring more than you bought for, and I mean, you'll get there. But okay, do
Yeah,
you have another one that you
yeah.
or sorry, were you gonna say something?
I was just gonna say, I feel like my weakest points for sure, like economy, like knowing
Mm-hmm.
when to do exactly, and then like you said, you pointed out with that, the positioning thing I think is rare. Like, I mean, don't
Mm-hmm.
get me wrong, I definitely did it in that game horribly, but I think that was like me panicking for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel like I get locked into comps too much or too early sometimes, and try to like just absolutely force or don't see the outs, if that makes sense. Like those
Yes.
are my weakest
Yeah.
points. As far as games, like I have a couple reroll games where I do well. I have some like, what exactly would you like to see? I mean, I might have something. I got like 10 games.
Okay. Yeah, I mean if there's a reroll comp that you like feel like you see yourself playing a lot, like the games I tend to want to review are the more like representative games where you're seeing scenarios that you're like seeing pretty often, so we can like talk through those kind of things. So like if you have a reroll comp that you like playing, or that, you play a decent amount, then we could do one of
Let's
those.
see. Let's see. Is this a reroll comp? Oh yeah, this one I get exactly what I want though. Like I literally called it from the beginning. I
Oh
said I
yeah,
wanted to play
that's probably it's a
Zeri.
pretty high roll.
I wanted to play Anger Issue Zeri, but I did know that because it was going into Prismatic, and then I ended up with Anger Issue Zeri, and
Yeah, it's just good. Yeah.
everything went pretty well. 3-starred everything, ended
Oh
up
yeah, yeah.
taking second. So I don't know if that's maybe the best one. What's
Yeah, I
this
mean, games where you get everything that you want is not ideal, just because I feel like
one?
there's less to.
This is an Urgot reroll.
Hey, this could be a good one. But it looks
Okay.
like your
And
outplayed for these might be on the setting where it like doesn't record the full game.
some of them were like that because I didn't realize it, but some of them
Yeah.
aren't.
Oh, okay.
Where I have the whole thing. So we can go. Where's today? What's this one? Like this one's 30. What's this? This is an interesting game.
Okay, let's do this one.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll have to like speed through this one a little bit more, but we can get through as much as we can in the time we got.
No problem.
Okay. Do you know what portal this is? I mean, I guess in the sense of time, who cares? We could just okay.
It's
Oh, triple prismatic as well. Okay. Um, okay, and yeah, you can put it up to 2x speed again. All right, so we got powder pair here. I love Zyra as well as an opener. I just feel like sorcerer is so nice now after they buffed Zyra, and Lux is just so good. So let's pick these up. See what we got. Oh, Zyra too. Okay. I mean, I feel pretty good around just playing around Zyra, though. We don't really have the items for it right now, which is the only downside. We have Camille as well. I'd like to hold her if possible. I would hold Camille over
I
Zeri
I
here. Okay.
I feel don't I'm trying to get you. There we go. I
Okay.
wanted her the whole time for the ambusher thing.
Yeah. I would hold Camille there, and then I think the other unit that you should hold there that you didn't hold is Steb over the Zeri, because like we're never really gonna play Zeri from this spot, but like there's actually a good chance that we'll end up playing like around it. Like Enforcer is such a solid comp, and you have the Camille already. You have like stuff to play around it, so like I think it's something you could have considered. But I mean, yeah, you end up getting Experiment +1. We
This
make
game was fun for me. Like I
okay.
was definitely like I want like I'm thinking like this could be fun with the
Hmm.
experiment thing.
Yeah, no, the Experiment +1's good. It's kind of interesting, like with the double BT slam. You're definitely, I feel like, leaning more towards like playing reroll version of it, almost, like playing the most people play like the
I
Trist
I
reroll
should do
version.
better at this. I don't
Okay.
know what I'm doing, and I'm completely making this up as I go.
Okay.
But I feel like I should have done better. I end up getting Warwick. I end up getting 7 experiment.
Oh my god. Okay.
So like I
Yeah.
take third.
Okay.
I should do
Yeah.
better.
I mean, I think like experiment, like there's basically two experiment comps that exist. There's like the reroll version where you play for like Urgot 3, and it's usually Urgot 3 and Tristana 3, and like you duo carry them. And then there's a Trist if you want to hold on to it. And then there's the other version where you play more around like Twitch, like Twitch primary care version. But I think you need to pick like one of those versions here. Like Trist, you should definitely be holding here for Artillerist for Urgot, and like playing around here just because like she's the other piece of this comp. If you want to play this reroll type version, which I think makes the most sense in your spot, you have two BT slam. Like you're gonna need somebody to hold those.
I think I'm thinking ambusher.
Yeah, but like, I mean, I guess my question is like, where is the
Intent.
I mean, it's just like, how does that really fit with experiment? Like ambusher plus
I don't know because I got the Camille and I'm at a 3-star in my mind. I don't know. I'm just making shit up right now. I'll be honest with you.
yeah,
So
I
I need.
mean, I think in spots like this, like, well, I will say, like, this kind of stuff is fun. It's very fun, and this is like what makes TFT very fun, is doing weird stuff like this. If you want to prioritize climbing, I would just say that like if you're in a spot like this, go
Yeah.
to like a TFT guide website, like TFT Academy is a pretty good one, and just pull up and see like look for comps with these units in them, and then play a comp that exists on there, and you will climb a lot faster than making up a comp on the spot, because very likely like the best super high challenger players who like play this game for a living didn't like miss this comp. They probably don't play ambusher plus experiment for a reason, just because yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems like I don't really know where the link is, I guess, between ambushers and this board.
There
So
probably isn't.
I mean,
I
we'll
did want
see.
to ask you how to
Yeah.
use the that web like before, like at the very end. Maybe you can show me how to look up like the best items on a unit. For
Oh,
some
for
reason,
sure.
I cannot figure it out.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if I'm going the wrong side or what, but that is something that I wanted to. Because I
Yeah.
look at you doing it in your videos, and I'm like, where the hell is he at? How's he doing it?
Yeah, I can yeah, I just have like a link to it, so I just click that every time and then start typing it in. But yeah, I can show you. Yeah, so let's do this for another like 10 minutes. Let's just see how much we can get through in like 10 minutes, and then in the last
Or we can skip ahead if you want, whatever you want to do.
yeah, I mean, I think we can. I think this is fine speed. We can speed up through a little bit of it, just because yeah, we can't get through the full VOD, but we can get through as much as we can here. Um, But okay, I mean, items wise here, if you want to keep building Urgot stuff, yeah, like you have a Titans. You could even look at reforging this rod, because I don't think it's gonna do that much for you in this spot here. But yeah, like I think like this game probably should have just been an Urgot Tristana reroll game. The only kind of scary thing is it looked like there was someone in your lobby maybe playing it. So I mean, worst case, you could just play Vertical Experiment and just keep
I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I scouted the Urgot because I like to play the
yeah.
Urgot reroll. I really
Hmm.
like it. It's one of my favorites, but it's still heavily contested.
Yeah. I
Because
mean,
the experiment,
mhm.
the artillerists, the Twitch ones now will throw an
Yep.
Urgot in there just to make this. So it's just like, damn,
I do wonder though,
everybody's got an Urgot.
like if you scout people here and you see like, because you had prismatic ticket as an option here, like I wonder if someone's like not that like into the comp, like if they don't have a bunch of the pieces, like you probably could have just even contested them in it and just like rolled down here and found Urgot 3 like faster than them, like maybe wait a round or two and then roll it down at 3-5 and just hit before them with prismatic ticket. Is something you can consider in this spot. You'd have to like, I don't know, I'd want to scout them here and see like how many Urgots they have and stuff like that. Also, yeah, I don't know why we rolled once on level 5 and then level to 6. Like, you definitely want to be rolling on level 6 in this comp.
I'm pretty sure I had scouted and like had made the decision that I was not gonna like be rolling down for Urgot, even though I
Mhm,
end up getting Urgot 3, which is weird. But I had made the decision. I think that I was gonna go for like an experiment board,
mhm,
like trying to get the 7 experiment instead of like doing the Urgot reroll. And I
yeah.
felt like I had a whole bunch of life and I wasn't like in a bad spot. But I think 2 other people are playing Urgot right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty popular, so I
So I
believe
was
it.
really scared of like investing all my money and like not getting it and then not knowing what to do after that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's very reasonable. And like, what you can just do is see how many Urgots are out of the pool right now and see like how likely it is for you to hit. And like, if you had prismatic ticket here, I think you do have the possibility of just rolling down before them. So that's like
I'm
the
I'm
idea.
holding that for Twitch.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty reasonable. So like, if you're gonna play around Twitch, yeah, that does mean then you just have to push levels in
See,
this
there's an
spot.
Urgot,
Yeah. So
and he's
this
got one on the
guy.
bench.
Oh, and this guy did
And
also
I,
take Prismatic Ticket. So I think it's fine then to do what you did this game and just push levels.
and I knew he was itemizing them, so I was like, he's definitely like
Yep.
going for it.
Yeah, for sure.
And
So
I
then,
think there's another guy too who's also playing Urgot.
mm-hmm.
So I was really, yeah, I was just really scared of that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, I think that makes sense. But like, okay, so for example, like we're playing this Camille, like I do think, yeah, I mean we get the Vi here, this is good, but I do think like eventually this Camille should just come out because she doesn't really share traits with anyone on the board. Like I think our dream should be playing around like Vi and like Urgot as them and like the Vi can hold these items instead is what like I think makes the most sense for our like kind of like late game version of the board. We are really annoying this guy who's playing Ambusher reroll and we're holding 3 Camille's, but
Yeah, and I guess I'm just seeing how much work I'm doing. Like I'm just like
mhm.
she seems to be doing really good, and like
Yeah. I mean, I think she's solid for now. I mean, a Camille 2 is a Camille 2. Like, I don't think you, yeah, I think she's pretty good for now. But definitely like
these
later.
items on a buy would be really good. I think
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
pretty
I
good
think you can
buy.
just do that when you ever get to Vi. Like, you don't have to do it immediately. We don't have armor shred at this point. I want to reforge this stupid rod. I don't think this rod, especially after making a Gwinsu's already. Like, I don't think the rod's gonna do anything.
I'm sitting there thinking too. I'm like, damn, what do I do?
Mm-hmm. I think you could reforge rod, make tank out, like make gargoyles here, and then look for like a glove. Ideally, make like last whisper, or even like IE would be fine for Twitch later.
But I'm winning fights, so I'm like, all right, I guess I don't really have to do anything.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is that what you take? I
Yeah,
mean,
yep. Because I'm like, I'm winning.
yeah, you're winning. Yeah,
And then
that's
I'm like, so I need to like be strong and I have to do something. I'm like, I have to win fights. So now I'm like, all right, I got to reforge
oh the
some
full
stuff. I get
reforge.
lucky, get lucky. I'm like, sweet,
Okay, you get an
perfect
IE.
Twitch items
Yeah. Okay, that's kind of insane, but
with the
works out.
Sunfire
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, the Sunfire Red buff, your favorite item combination. Yeah, I mean, I think at that spot you can just look at reforging just the rod and be pretty happy with it. But yeah, I mean, I do like slamming there to make your board stronger. You roll a bit, which like you want to roll to make your board stronger here, which I understand. But like, what realistically are we hitting on level 7 here? Like, there's not much. So I think it'd be better
I
just
get
to
lucky.
yeah, I mean, yeah, you get the Twitch as well. But I would rather just be like pushing levels on this board because like level 8 is going to make you a lot stronger than rolling on 7 is going to be here. So,
I
but
think
yeah,
I lose this. I'm like,
yeah,
damn,
this guy,
card breaker.
yeah, this guy's pretty strong. I mean, this Urgot's pretty huge though. You're gonna get a lot of it. Oh, it's such a close fight actually. But you know, like these are the fights where like being level 8 would allow us to win this fight. You know, just any like bruiser onto this board, any of that kind of stuff. So yeah, right. We have bow open here. Just some kind of I don't know, like I mean, maybe you take the Vi item, like Titans is good. Yeah, I think this is solid.
Yeah.
Still no real armor shred, but I guess we have Urgot for it. It's not the end of the world. I think leveling up here makes a lot of sense. And you want to get the Zyra like basically off your board for now, just because she's not doing that much. Like last round, we could have played Ambusher over the Zyra. Also, you over
I leveled
leveled
too
there
much.
by
Yep,
for
yep,
well, it's
yep.
the you know it's shaking off the rust of playing on PC instead of mobile.
Yep.
So I get it.
I was
All
like,
right.
that went fast.
Oh, and you fight the Urgot guy again, but now you beat him, which is nice. I would sell some of the other units you don't really care about here, like Zyros and Camille's. You're not really going to hit those. And you are about to go into Anomaly. You want to make sure that you get a good Anomaly here, so I'd sell your excess stuff. Honestly, this one on Twitch, I'm fine with.
I think I do just do it.
The
Yeah, I
only,
was
well,
like,
okay, actually, the only downside to this, though, is that you are
it's
about to get
Warwick.
a Warwick that,
That's what I was thinking.
yeah. So you actually can probably roll for something slightly better
But I
there.
had no gold. I only had like
Well,
6 gold or something.
that's
I
why
was
you can just
terrified.
sell everything like in everything that you're holding on your bench here except for Mundo you could have sold and then you'd have an extra like 10 gold to roll, you know? Like I finding Urgot seems like so tough in this spot. I would rather just I mean, I don't even know how you end up with Urgot this game. Oh, and we're basically
I even put it. I was like, I'm not gonna get them, but like,
yeah. All right, so
but I do get them. It's so weird.
we got 5 minutes left total, so maybe we can just speed to the end of the spot just to see where it
Okay,
ends and then I
here.
can show you some of the stats stuff.
So I end up getting Urgot.
You get the Twitch too. You sell some Urgots. I don't know if you find. Do you find Urgot 3 this game? I
I'm
am
pretty
doubting.
sure.
Maybe you find Camille 3.
Maybe I don't find Urgot.
Okay.
I thought
Pizza
I did.
Franco. I mean, the board ends up looking pretty good. I think it's another. Yeah, you want to find Camille 3, and then you just play around that. But still, it's like Camille. Like this board is so weird that you just have a random Camille 3 and Echo on your board that share no traits with the rest of the board. When you could have stuff like Vi on your board and like Caitlyn. Like Vi Caitlyn is such a nice pair. Pit Fighter plus Enforcer plus Sniper. Like that is like a much better just kind of like combination of units to add. But I mean, it's a Camille 3, a good. But like I said, this is a fun, weird game. If you want to optimize for climbing as much as possible, I would stay away from making random Camille 3s on your board with no traits with everybody else. But I mean, it is pretty fun, so I get it. And this Warwick does a lot of work, but not enough work.
Not enough. And I think I win one fight or lose one more fight. I was happy with myself for making the call not to go for the Urgot and all
Yeah.
that stuff and taking the different path. Like I was pretty happy with that, but I knew I could have made this board better and it wasn't as good as it could have been.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, oh, and then you fight this guy who actually hit the Urgot. Oh no. We can't lose to him. Oh, the contester ends up killing us. That's so sad.
Yes.
That's still a top 3 though. Not bad.
But I was like, not the end of the world, but I just knew that there was improvements that definitely could have been made.
Yeah, for sure.
And
I think like the games that you show me from you, like I think you just need to be a little bit more kind of like diligent about like what level you're rolling on and when you're rolling. Like I think oftentimes in those games you are just rolling when like you don't like when there's not much to roll for. Like a lot of that rolling you did on 7 this game, I don't think is that helpful. Okay, so items on units. Okay, one, if you ever use TFT Academy, here, I'll drop a list of this. This is a great, just a resource to see like what comps exist out there. And like you can like click into Artillus or God and it'll show you items and stuff. But what I use mostly is Tactics.Tools Advanced Explorer. You do to get, so there's basically like, there's Basic Explorer, which is a very similar thing. And then if you subscribe to their Patreon, which you can do for like, I don't know, $2 a month or something, like it's very, very cheap. You can do Advanced Explorer, which just has more stuff in it. But this is it. This is the Explorer. And so you can basically type anything into here and just filter down stats. And so like, for example, I will type in, if you're looking at like Twitch and you're saying like, okay, I'm playing 5 Experiment, then you can say Twitch 5 Experiment. You can even do your tier 2 plus, which is like 5 Experiment and 7 Experiment. So it shows you like the high rolls. And then if you go to items, it'll show you using Twitch, like Twitch using this item, and it shows you how much better Twitch gets with all these items. You can see like the most like common ones. Like this is sorted by games. You can sort by Delta, but then it usually does some weird stuff here because like one time, somebody built Moonstone on Twitch and they, won the game. So like stats look weird here. So I usually just try to look at like what's commonly built and then what really looks good in the stats. So, like Gold Collector is pretty frequent and like really good in the stats. You can see like Gold Collector Twitch, very, very good. Stuff like Red Buff, really nice on Twitch as well. Gwinsu's built really, really frequently with like not that great stats, but that's basically just because everyone's always building it. So if it has like 1 million games played, then like if it has slightly positive delta, that's okay. Oh yeah, and the idea between delta is how much better is this with versus without Gwinsu's. And so like you're actually getting like a little bit weaker technically. Like on average, Twitch is doing worse with Gwinsu's, but like I said, it's built so frequently that like I
Yeah,
don't think
because no matter what,
yeah.
they have it on them.
Yeah, but like for example, something like Collector, like this Delta is saying Twitch is doing a lot better in games when he has Gold Collector versus in games when he doesn't have Gold Collector is the idea. But yeah, this is the site. Yeah, if you do the basic one, I think you can do similar stuff, but it's probably you can do like similar stuff, but like it doesn't have all the different you basically have the same filters here, but like the advanced one has I don't really use most of these stuff. I use build sometimes, but like, you can just add more stuff as well. Like you can, if you want to throw in like a board and like, here's another thing you can do. You can throw in like, or not Violet, but if you're looking at like an Enforcer board and you're like, what units do I want to play on an Enforcer board? You can say, okay, say I have a Vi, Caitlyn, Loris, Maddie, Twisted Fate, Stev. You can do like all this kind of stuff. And like, okay, like what other units are good? Like, okay, obviously Camille's another good option, but like, okay, Rumble, Savika's good, Elise is good, Victor's very good. Like you can see like extra units that like you should add to the sport. So there's a lot of good stuff in here that you can use to figure out items and like other traits that you can play. Like, oh, Aiden Forcer looks pretty good, but like, getting into Sentinel with stuff like Rumble is good, or to Pit Fighter tends to be pretty good. So that's yeah.
Every time I play Enforcer, I do really, 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 really well until a certain point, and then my board falls off and I die.
Yeah, it's I mean you really want to get to like 8 enforcer in that comp ideally. So yeah. Oh yeah, and then the only one other thing that I think if you just are interested in like more content about stuff that can I don't know, like help you get better at TFT, I'm trying out these like Metafy like guides, which is they're like paid guides on Metafy. They're way cheaper than like regular
I already
coaching.
subscribed.
Oh, well then great.
I
Okay.
just didn't see that. Like I was on my phone when I was doing this, so I was
Uh-huh.
like, so then like I actually got on the website. I was like, oh, okay, yeah,
Oh,
there
great.
you
Well, yeah, if you've, I don't know if you got
go. Yeah,
this one. Like, this is the only
experiment
one that.
Twitch, coaching bruiser,
Oh
sorcerer's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
scrap,
I
all
have
that
that where
stuff.
it's all those, but this is like a specific like I sat down and recorded this video where I'm like just going through all of these like fundamentals in TFT and talking about like how you like how one should play TFT ideally. Which is yeah, it's like a good thing like if it's, you know, way cheaper than regular coaching, but it like gives you a lot of information. So that's something I think like anyone below masters can benefit a lot from just like hearing a lot of stuff I have to say there. Um
Perfect. I'll watch
okay.
that for sure.
Awesome.
And then,
Well, yeah.
yeah.
Any other, I don't know, quick questions? We're at the end of the session, but I don't know. I got time, a few minutes if you have any last second questions on anything.
I mean, not for real. Like I said, I guess next we got another one scheduled in the
Yep.
future. I'll play some more games, but I do think like showing you like that regular game, it could just be because it was like a crappy lobby. Who knows? But
Hmm.
like, I do think there's a complete difference in like sometimes how I'll play. I feel like I'll
Hmm.
just get so like focused on like I got to play this great comp when I'm playing like ranked, or like got to do this, and I get way too focused instead of just playing. But then the experiment thing, I just play. So like it's got to be a happy medium.
Yeah. 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 For sure. I mean, I think also it's like the more comfortable you are with the line, like the more comfortable you are with the items you're getting dropped. Like I think that game you were kind of uncomfortable maybe because like, you know, things
I've
were
never
going.
played Seven Experiment
Yeah.
before.
So I think that's it. Is like, you know, comfort on the line is really helpful. It's really, really good in TFT. If you can just, you know, play a line multiple times and get comfortable on it, then it's a lot easier. So that's one thing, maybe.
Cool. Well,
Awesome.
perfect. Well, I look forward to the next one. I will give those things. I made notes and et cetera, et cetera.
Oh yeah, and
Anything I can do in
I could
between